By Frank Jordans and Wanjohi Kabukuru. Associated Press. Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt. The world should confront climate change the way it does nuclear weapons, by agreeing to a non-proliferation treaty that stops further production of fossil fuels, a small island nation leader urged Tuesday. The proposal by Tuvalu came as vulnerable nations pushed for more action and money at international climate talks in Egypt, while big polluters remain divided over who should pay for the damage industrial greenhouse gas emissions have done to the planet. We all know that the leading cause of clean. The Pacific country has joined Vanuatu and other nations calling for a fossil fuels non-proliferation treaty, Natano said. It's getting too hot and there is very little time to slow and reverse the increase in temperature. Therefore, it is essential to prioritize fast-acting strategies. Vanuatu and Tuvalu, along with other vulnerable nations, have been flexing their moral authority against the backdrop of recent climate-related disasters. The idea of a non-proliferation treaty for coal, oil and natural gas has previously been advanced by campaigners, religious authorities including the Vatican, and some scientists, but Natano's speech gave it a boost in front of a global audience. A year ago at climate talks in Glasgow, a proposal to call for a phase out of coal, the dirtiest of the fossil fuels, was changed at the last minute to phase down by a demand from India, earning the wrath of vulnerable countries. Since then, the global energy crunch triggered by the Russian invasion of Ukraine has prompted a scramble by some countries and companies seeking to tap fresh gas and oil sources. Pushing back against that, vulnerable nations also called for a global tax on the profits of fossil fuel corporations that are making billions of dollars daily from sky-high energy prices. It is about time that these companies are made to pay a global carbon tax on their profits as a source of fund. Profligate producers of fossil fuels have benefited from extortionate profits at the expense of human civilization. The idea of a windfall tax on carbon profits has gained traction in recent months amid sky-high earnings for oil and gas corporations, even as consumers struggle to pay for heating their homes and filling their cars. For the first time, UN Climate Conference delegates are to discuss demands by developing nations that the richest, most polluting countries pay compensation for damage wreaked on them by climate change, which in climate negotiations is called loss and damage.